Who doesn't love pineapple? And when you're having pineapple in cocktails, you know it's always a fun time. Today I'll show you how you can make homemade pineapple liqueur with just 3 ingredients, full of natural flavor and aroma, and 0 added sugar. We'll then use it to make 2 delicious cocktails, a sour and a swizzle, while even using some pineapple ice. If you are a regular guest of Cocktail Time, you know I like to use ingredients for more than just one purpose. So we'll do that again today. And if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to catch every new episode and recipe when it drops. Now, it's cocktail time. Pineapple liqueur might not be a staple on the shelves of cocktail bars, like some other liqueurs for tropical drinks. Allspice Dram and Falernum come to mind. Comment below if you'd like to see a DIY version of one of these. There are a few options for pineapple liqueur out there, from the usual suspects, like the Kyra, Gerard, which actually comes in a non-alcoholic version as well, and Malibu with their rum with pineapple liqueur. But pineapple is a versatile fruit that can be used in many ways, so why not try to make the best pineapple liqueur, this time without adding any sugar. And this is everything you need to make it. Pineapple, grain alcohol, and a little ascorbic acid or vitamin C for a prolonged shelf life. Again, no added sugar needed. That's because we'll increase the sweetness of the pineapple with cryoconcentration. This was perfected by Ian McPherson from Panda & Sons. Alongside other cool cocktail techniques, we'll freeze out some of the water content, increasing the pineapple flavor and sweetness. But we'll also use flavored ice we create in the process. And I'll show you how you can do this without a cooler box, which is what we used when we concentrated melon juice for DIY Midore. This time, we'll use 1 pineapple and freeze it completely. There's plenty of things you can do with the leftover pineapple pulp, like create fruit leather. As for the juice, I'll weigh it and measure the sweetness level before it goes in the freezer, to have something to compare it to later, and to make it easier for you if you don't have a refractometer yet. But the link is in the description, as always. I'm starting with 1008 grams of pineapple juice. Write the weight down, it will be important for later. With the pineapple juice, remember to store the diced pineapple leaves for garnishes. Then let's measure the sweetness level. This one came out at 14 bricks. That means every 100 grams of juice contains 14 grams of sugar, which is quite sweet as far as pineapples go. Remember to always use the refractometer on a room temperature liquid for the most accurate results. Then place the pineapple juice in the freezer for long enough to freeze it all the way through. We have the cryo, or the freezing part. Now let's take care of concentration. Weigh a bowl or a pot, then add a strainer with the frozen pineapple juice. That's how I'll be able to monitor how much of the pineapple juice has melted through. Water content is what froze first, and it's what will melt last. So what we're getting in the bottom is pineapple juice with more flavor, sweetness, and aroma. Once I get to half the original weight, I'll check the bricks level again. It's now at 21 bricks. If you want it sweeter, stop here, or sooner. But I'm aiming for the plus side of 19 bricks. So in case you don't have a refractometer, I think a good rule of thumb for a well-ripe pineapple is to let 55% of the original weight of the juice melt through the sieve. The leftover pineapple flavored ice will go back in the freezer to be used in a swizzle later. Once you have your final weight of the concentrated pineapple juice, which in my case is 554 grams, let's see how much this is in volume, which we'll need to know how much alcohol and acid we need to add. I got 510 ml. For every 100 milliliters of juice, we need to add 34.5 milliliters of grain alcohol. This is 96% alcohol, so to make it easier for you to get the amount right, I added the pineapple liqueur calculator on kevincost.com. So 176 ml. And lastly, as you saw in the calculator, ascorbic acid. Calculate 0.24% of the volume over a cryoconcentrated juice, which is 1.22 grams. This will help with a prolonged shelf life, but with 3/4 of the liqueur being concentrated juice, I'd suggest keeping it in the fridge and using it within a few months. And the reason we don't have to add extra sugar is that with 19 bricks pineapple juice, we'll get to around 150 grams of sugar per liter of liqueur at 25% ABV or 50 proof. That's the sweet spot I'm aiming for with most liqueurs, including this one. After a day or two, you'll see some sediments in the bottle, so you can strain it through a coffee filter to get a nice clear liqueur. Label the bottle and, as mentioned, store it in the fridge. If you really want to crank up the pineapple flavor, you could infuse the alcohol with some dried pineapple before mixing it in. While I don't think that's necessary, I always love to hear about your experiments and results in the comments. Now let's make our 2 cocktails, the Pineapple Express Sour and the Jungle Bird Swizzle. To make the sour, we'll use just the spirit, liqueur, lime, and saline. We don't need to use egg white or any other foamers, because our pineapple liqueur will bring enough foam when shaken. Start by chilling the shaker. While you of course already placed a coupe glass in the freezer. First up, for sweetness, plenty of flavor, and some body, 2 2 ounces or 60 ml of our DIY pineapple liqueur. For additional support, let's add 1 ounce or 30 ml of rum. I'm using Botran Reserva Blanca, which is aged up to 5 years before it's filtered. And you can't make a sour without a sour component, so add 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of lime super juice. Lastly, to boost the flavors, add 2 drops of 20% saline solution. Drain the ice, add the cocktail, and shake well to chill, dilute, and aerate the cocktail. Then grab the chill coupe glass, double strain the cocktail, and marvel at the frothy head. For garnish, I'm clipping a piece of pineapple leaf on the side of the glass. Small and beautiful. As expected, pineapple shines as the star of the drink. It dominates in aroma, flavor, and finish, while the rum provides the backbone of the cocktail. I'm happy that even without the added sugar, the sweetness of the liqueur is enough to balance the cocktail. But if you have a sweeter tooth, I recommend adding a bar spoon of pineapple or simple syrup. Everyone knows pineapple pairs well with rum, but when you add Campari and make a Jungle Bird, people are often surprised. We are making it a little different today, of course. Here's what you need for the Jungle Bird Swizzle. Dark rum, Campari are found in the original as well, but we are of course using pineapple liqueur in place of the syrup and pineapple juice. Salt is a cocktail time addition, as is the use of pineapple ice, which is how we are using the leftover pineapple water from cryo concentration. Start by filling a high tumbler glass, 3/4 up with crushed pineapple ice. Then we add our ingredients. First, 1.5 ounce or 45 ml of pineapple liqueur. Follow that with an Italian bitter, not often seen in tiki cocktails, 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of Campari. For rum, I'm using Gosling's Black Seal 151 rum. Half an ounce or 50 ml will be enough. For the acidic balance, just 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 ml of lime juice. And of course 2 drops of 20% saline solution to enhance the flavors. Grab a swizzle stick or even a bar spoon and swizzle the cocktail up and down through the ice. You'll see the glass get nice and frosty. Then add more crushed ice, even the regular one, if you run out of our pineapple ice. For garnish, a pair of pineapple leaves and a maraschino cherry. We need a straw as well to keep the ice from the pointy garnish. And we're ready to say cheers. You'll have no problem getting to the bottom of this glass, with a wonderful balance of sweet and bitter flavors, highlighted by the tropical mix of pineapple and rum, with Campari hanging around from start to finish. So since you made it all the way here, post a pineapple emoji in the comments. But if you don't have fresh pineapple or pineapple liqueur, one way to whip up a tropical cocktail anytime you want is to get a bottle of pineapple syrup. Library & Co.'s pineapple gum syrup is made with the juice from ripe, cold-pressed pineapples, cane sugar, and all-natural gum arabic, which gives the syrup a unique richness and viscosity. And yes, they have a recipe for their version of the Jungle Bird as well. Check out their lineup of syrups through the link below. If you'd like to see another Jungle Bird variation, I made one with Campari dust. Check it out here. Until next time, cheers, friends of cocktails.